I'm honored to have the opportunity to recognize outstanding performers from the defense standardization community. In the past, we've had a separate ceremony for the awards, but one upside of the pandemic is that we get to now recognize the awardees in front of a larger group, all of you here in person and also those online. But as Dr. Honey noted, standardization is a team sport. And today we get to recognize three teams for their efforts and the exceptional contributions that they've made to the operational success of the department and the warfighter through their efforts in standardization. This is truly one of my greatest privileges to have the pleasure of presenting the Defense Standardization Program Awards. Each year, the standardization executives and the DEPSOs seek star performers in quality, enhanced survivability, reduced costs, and increasing manufacturing throughput from their components. The nominations go through a rigorous review process and are evaluated based on criteria including standardization accomplishments and payoff, timing of implementation, reduction in life cycle costs, breadth of application, and the difficulty of coordination. This year's awardees happen to come from each of the military departments. There are no service agency quotas, so they are equally deserving of the award. Each of the three teams is aware, of course, that they are recipients of this year's award. But today I have the distinct pleasure to announce the FY21 Distinguished Award winner. Before I introduce this year's winners, I would like to first thank the standardization executives, the DEPSOs, and the DSPO staff for the time they devoted to identifying and recognizing our standardization stars. Now I'd like to welcome our first awardee to the stage, Mr. Brian Plachankis. Sorry. He's the leader of the Army DevCom ARL Specifications and Standards Office. He is accepting the DSP award on behalf of the Army team recognized for their efforts to revise the specification for weldable aluminum alloy armor plates. The revision encompasses the latest process advances in 5083 armor plate, including hardening of plates more than 3 times the maximum thickness in the previous version. This allows production using high-speed machining rather than welding components, resulting in improved quality, enhanced survivability, reduced costs, and increased manufacturing throughput. The revision was approved and published in ASSIST last September. Cost savings from using just 14 components machined from thick plate for the U.S. Army Armored Multipurpose Vehicle was estimated at between $45 and $75 million across a fleet of approximately 3,000 vehicles. The team worked with other government agencies, aluminum plate producers, and various OEM manufacturers to develop the new qualification procedure for plates beyond 4 inches, opening new possibilities for use of thick plates, enabling breakthroughs in production of current and future armored ground systems. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Plachankis and the Army team for their achievement. For the next award, I would like to welcome Master Sergeant Bradley Taylor on behalf of the Equipment Review Board team from the Air Force Explosive Ordnance Disposal Technology Division. This team facilitated the creation of material solutions along with standardized joint service technical manuals outlining the use of new tools and tactics for disposing of insensitive munitions. You'll have the opportunity to hear more about their work this afternoon during the Success with Standards panel. So in short, this team worked with dozens of scientists, chemists, engineers, and project managers to deploy a $250 million science and technology portfolio and solve one of the biggest explosive problems of the 21st century. Insensitive munitions are designed to be insensitive, While the use of insensitive munitions has doubtlessly saved hundreds, probably thousands of lives, it also made the job of an EOD technician just exponentially more difficult. The team has created innovative material solutions, some of which are 3D printable, standardized tech manuals for the use of the new tools, and solved a critical safety problem for U.S. joint forces and 28 NATO allies. Please join me in congratulating Master Sergeant Taylor and the Air Force Ordnance Disposal Technology Division Equipment Review Board team. Finally, I would like to welcome Mr. Frank Magnifico, Rod A. Sevilla, and Mr. Victor Rodriguez Santiago on behalf of this year's Distinguished Award team from the Naval Air Warfare Center Aircraft Division's System Standardization and PSHT branch and Corrosion and Wear branch for the successful revision of the Defense Standard Mil Standard 889B for galvanic compatibility of electrically conductive materials, which improves the selection of materials for corrosion control throughout the design phase of DoD assets, including aircraft and ground combat vehicles. You'll also get a chance to hear from this team during the Success with Standards panel this afternoon, so I will again keep it short. Corrosion has an impact on maintenance costs and operational readiness. And the DoD has estimated corrosion costs at more than $20 billion annually. While costly, it has also been found that roughly a third of those costs could be avoided through investment in sustainment, design, and preventative measures. This team set out to prevent some of that cost by codifying a new methodology for determining the corrosion current between dissimilar metals. The revised method is a better indicator of corrosion potential, for example, identifying metal pairings that can reduce the average yearly corrosion rate by as much as 60 times. The team coordinated with each of the military services, OEMs, non-government standards bodies such as SAE International, ASTM International, NACE International, and adjudicated hundreds of comments. This resulting method will reduce the occurrence of corrosion damage and structural failure, especially in complex systems such as aircraft and electronics. Please congratulate the team and the recipients of the FY21 DSP Awards Distinguished Award Team. To the distinguished awardees goes a cash check of $5,000. So again, congratulations. Great, congratulations to all of our winners. Would you please join me again in giving a round of applause to the outstanding accomplishments of each of the award winners here today?